Hi, this is Travis from Get Hopped Apparel. Today we're going to be creating a Burrito Supreme, a cat wrapped inside of a burrito. So I'm going to show you what I've done as of now. I started out with the burrito layer, just working on the shape of the burrito. I used 3 circles to figure out where the center would be, and I put a dotted line there, and then I proceeded to put the fold of the burrito. And from there, I started working on the cat's head. I mapped out, I wanted the cat looking up. I mapped out the ears and where the tail and the feet and the crown should go. It is a Burrito Supreme, so of course it has to have a crown. And then I just started filling in all the layers just to kind of see how it is that I want the final product to be. The eyes I changed several times throughout this process, as you will see. I initially wanted some kind of oval eyes, and I changed my mind. It didn't look as pleasant, so I opted to go for more happy, circly eyes. Then I started actually inking in the product. You can see that the crown was off. The crown was initially facing the viewer. Then I changed it so it matches the head of the cat. So that fits with what we're going for here. Then I started doing some basic collaring just to try to figure out where everything goes. And then I tried to do some shading, and I attempted to do a halftone shading. The halftone shading failed. You can see here the halftone shading well, it was a test, and I did not like the test, so I didn't continue on with it. So instead, I used a more traditional shading. I changed the eyes, and the eyes will be changed even further here in a second. Here we go. Added more shading, cleaned it up, and then I added a white border all the way around the cat in a fairly uniform pattern. On Procreate, there's no way just to select and expand a selection, so I have to manually do it. In total, on this right here, there were over 1,500 strokes. So now that we have that, let's go over to Affinity Designer, which is a vector program. This is not a vector image. I did not create this as vector, but this is a vector program. It is paid on the iPad Pro. Um, and let us create a new vector layer. Grab a circle and ellipse, start to drag it down and hold one finger down. And what that does is keeps it uniform for you. Now I want this initial layer to be a light blue, and I'm working in CMYK here, kind of a light tealish greenish blue. That works really well with orange. I'm going to select this layer, hold down 3 fingers to keep it uniform and centered, and I am going to shrink it to approximately this size. It can be edited here again here in a second. I'm going to grab my move tool, unselect that, take 2 fingers and just move it down and up and reposition it right back where it came from. And what I did was quickly copy that. So then I'm going to hold 3 fingers, and I'm going to make this bigger, and I'm going to change the inside of it to brown, and I'm going to send this back like that. Let's move the inside inwards. So again, 3 fingers. Perfect. Okay, and so now let's move the Burrito layer all the way up to the front so we can see what it's going to look like and get that into an approximate position for the final product. Approximate, it will be changed after I have put the text in. So now I'm going to go back to my layers and I am going to create one more layer. I'm going to duplicate this layer. Again, that's by holding two fingers down and moving it. That duplicates it. I'm going to choose the one in the middle and I am going to hold 3 fingers down just to make it a little bit bigger, about halfway between those two. This is the path text. That circle, that middle circle, will become invisible once I click this artistic text tool, come in here and type that, and up here I am going to start by seeing if it's typing right ways up or upside down. So let's start with that's definitely upside down. So I'm going to start with the word supreme, then enter, and when I hit enter it starts typing on the other part of the line, and up here I'm going to add Burrito. So Burrito Supreme. And I want these in Luckiest Guy font. Let me verify that it is the Luckiest Guy. You can see just about anything else. It doesn't look like it'll be good, but Luckiest Guy, it's novelty. It sticks out. It kind of has a cheap restaurant, feel to it. Kind of like gimmicky. And that is exactly what I'm going for. It's all about the fun. Okay, so now what I am going to do is select the Burrito Supreme words. Well, if I can, I might have to lock these other layers here. Lock and lock. And let's lock that layer too. Okay. Now, if those layers locked, we can move these around. Let's move the Supreme down here. And the Burrito can go up here. Okay, now obviously those aren't in the positions that we want them to be in. And on the desktop, there's an easy way to quickly get them to line up, but on the iPad, it's a bit more difficult. So what I have to do, or what I found is the easiest way for me, is to duplicate, lock one of these layers, and go to the other one, and for this one, I will remove the word supreme, and then I will lock that layer and go to the other one, unlock it, and on this layer I will remove the word burrito. Therefore there is only one word of each on both layers. So then I can grab the burrito layer and I can shrink it down to just about halfway, and I can do the same on the supreme layer right here. Increase it up so it is about halfway, and then I can grab both of these layers and let's try adding 25 pixels in increments. Oh, my soda just went pop. Alright, I like this. I want to move Burrito just a smidge, so I'm going to lock the Supreme layer so I can more easily grab Burrito. I'm going to put it right there between the tail and the ear, even though I'm going to move the cat here in a second. And that looks good. That is looking really good. So actually, instead of moving the cat, what I'm going to do is grab this whole group. I need to make sure everything's unlocked. And I'm going to grab everything. And with 3 fingers, I'm going to move that down. Now here I need to focus on what looks the best as opposed to what is functionally the best. So if something looks better one way, then I should go that way and then work functionality into that. So you can see here, I'm going to try rotating up the cat a little bit. It needs to look like it corresponds directly with the circle. That's good. So I'm going to do something really quickly. I want to get this collar. I want to use a selector tool, and I want to grab this collar of the outside of the cat, and I want to change the collars of the borders of these to that. So we can see there, and then right here we will do the same. We'll change, well, I think I just grabbed the wrong thing, so let me go back and select this, and there we go. And I might as well also do that to the words too. Okay. So it's looking more in line with itself, which is exactly what I want. So I can experiment now with the best way to approach it. So let's move the word supreme over here. Okay. It's starting to look a little good. On supreme, I want to go to my justification, and I want to just increase. Let me make sure I don't have the right layer selected. And then I can edge it back that way. Let's get it centered. Perfect. Now that the work in the vector program has been finished, I need to take this back into Procreate to create a final finishing touch. I want to create pause outside of the word supreme. In order to create pause, you'll see that I'm doing 3 circles, and then I'm connecting the circles, and then I'm making individual cat toes. I'm changing the collars to match the blue of the gem on the crown, and then placing it beside of supreme to give it that cohesiveness and highlight the blue a little bit more to make it feel more whole. Well, anyway, thank you for watching. You can find this and many other things on my shop. On Etsy, it's under Get Hopped Apparel. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos just like this.